Hi, I'm Hallie Hammer. Originally, this group was going to get together on stage at the San Francisco Free Folk Festival and lead a sing along of Malvina Reynolds songs. However, that's not possible today, so we're going to do a virtual concert for you, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to start out with a song of Malvina's called Magic Penny. Sing along at home. Love is something if you give it away, give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away, you'll end up having more. It's just like a magic penny. Hold it tight and you won't have any. Lend it, spend it, and you'll have so many, they'll roll all over the floor. For love is something if you give it away, give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away, you'll end up having more. Money's dandy and we like to use it, but love is better if you don't refuse it. It's a treasure and you'll never lose it unless you lock up your door. For love is something if you give it away, give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away, you'll end up having more. So let's go dancing till the break of day, and if there's a piper we can pay. 'Cause love is something if you give it away, you'll end up having more. Love is something if you give it away, give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away, you'll end up having more.
This is a song that Malvina wrote in the early 1960s, and she told me about it, how she came to write it in the mid-1970s when I was playing guitar with her, along with Gary LaPoe and a few other people. And she, at the time in the early 60s, she would sometimes host gatherings of fellow songwriters and singers. People would sit around trading ideas and showing off their latest creations. And there's one occasion, a gentleman brought his young daughter, I don't know, maybe she was 6 or 8, and they just plopped her down at the dining room table with her crayons and what have you, and proceeded to have their normal kind of evening of music and trading around ideas. And I guess the jollity got pretty well along when this little girl came into the living room where they were gathered, and she said, "I've got a song." And of course, all the adults turned to her and said, "Well, that's wonderful. Sing us your song." And she said, "I can't sing it." And there was the germ of Malvina's song, very touching situation and a very touching song called "I've Got a Song." I've got a song that's about so high, about so big around. It's got a wonderful sound, but I can't sing it. I've got a song, it's a shade of green, and embroidered all over with birds, but I don't know the words. So I can't sing it. Someday I'll stand on a mountain top open up my mouth, this great big song will come pouring out and echo north and south. I've got a song, it's 3 miles long, bitter and strong and gay, and I'll sing it someday. And I'll sing it someday. Someday I'll stand on a mountain top, open up my mouth, this great big song will come pouring out and echo north and south. Oh, I've got a song, it's 3 miles long, it's bitter and strong and gay, and I'll sing it someday. And I'll sing it someday.
Hello, everyone. I'm Joe Offer, and I live in Applegate up in the Sierra foothills. And the picture behind me is flowers right from this area in the American River Canyon. We have all these beautiful flowers. They're at their peak at the beginning of May. Now they're starting to die out, but they're still pretty. Now, I got out of college in 1970, and my draft number had already been called. My number was 156. So as soon as I got out of college, I went into the Army. And this song has a lot of meaning for me because of that. Last night, I had a lovely dream. I saw a big parade with ticker tape galore. And men were marching there the like I'd never seen before. Oh, the bankers and the diplomats are going in the Army. Oh, happy day, I'd give my pay to see them on parade. Their paunches at attention and their striped pants at ease. They've gotten patriotic and they're going overseas. We'll have to do the best we can and bravely carry on. So we'll just keep the laddies here to manage while they're gone. Oh, oh, we hate to see them go, the gentlemen of distinction in the Army. Oh, oh, we hate to see them go, the gentlemen of distinction in the Army. The bankers and the diplomats are going in the Army. It seemed too bad to keep them from the wars they love to plan. We're all of us contented that they'll fight a dandy war. They don't need propaganda, they know what they're fighting for. They'll march away with dignity and in the best of form. And we'll just keep the laddies here to keep the lassies warm. Oh, oh, we hate to see them go, the gentlemen of distinction in the Army. Oh, oh, we hate to see them go, the gentlemen of distinction in the Army. The bankers and the diplomats are going in the Army. We're going to make things easy, 'cause it's all so new and strange. We'll give them silver shovels when they have to dig a hole, and they can sing in harmony while answering the roll. They'll eat their old K rations from a hand-embroidered box. And when they die, we'll bring them home and bury them in Fort Knox. Oh, oh, we hate to see them go, the gentlemen of distinction in the Army. Oh, oh, we hate to see them go, the gentlemen of distinction in the Army.
It was early in the coronavirus shut-in, maybe the second or third week. I was enjoying the smell of the clean air. I was listening to birds I hadn't heard for a long time. And I went online to find a Malvina Reynolds song. I don't even remember which one now. But a different song came up by accident. You know how YouTube does that sometimes. And I let the accidental song play, and I couldn't believe my ears because it seemed to be talking directly to our present moment. It was as if back in 1991, when she recorded this, Malvina foresaw what we were going to be going through, and I just had to learn it. It's called The World Gone Beautiful. The world's gone beautiful because it's about to die. I never saw such flower faces or so intent a sky. I never heard such lines played by horns or violins, or saw such lavish girls, such dandy boys. And I know why. It's that the world is asking not to die. I never saw such hands flexing like silver leaves, never breathed such air or leaned to so good a breeze. Even the tears I cry, they're not salt but clear, for seabirds calling their last, their wild goodbye. The world is asking not to die. I want to hold this world and never let it go. I want the sun to always rise on the kids next door. Whether I go or stay, that question still abides, posed by rainbows in the river spray. What answer can you give? A world that asks so bitterly to live.
My name is Arlene. I'm going to sing the Pied Piper. Everybody knows this legend. I remember when I was very young, I was in a play of the story, and which is a legend from medieval Germany. And I played both the rats and the children, and I was very confused. But the thing about this story, and I think the reason why we remember it all these years later, is how applicable it is to many times in our history when our government has acted in this way that defies logic. And it's especially true today. So I am going to sing this. And of course, Malvina put her own spin on it. Rats, rats everywhere, in the kitchen and on the stair, rocking babies in their cradles, tasting soup from the cook soup ladle, eating flour from every bin, raising the devil in Hamelin, Germany, a long time ago. Rats, rats everywhere, wherever you look, the rats were there. Took a nap in Papa's shoes, sat in the living room, read the news. What a condition that town was in. Little town of Hamelin, Germany, a long time ago. The mayor and council scratched their heads, tossed and turned in their ratty beds. They passed a big appropriation to count the rats in the population. Solemnly declared it was sin for rats to live in Hamelin, Germany, a long time ago. A little man stood at the mayor's door. No one had ever seen him before. He was dressed in clothes of a gayer mood than ever were seen in Hollywood. Said, if the mayor will let me in, I'll drive these rats from Hamelin, Germany, a long time ago. They hugged him, they kissed him, they patted his head. What is your name? The mayor said. I'm the Pied Piper, I blow this horn. And there never was a rat that was born that could resist my mighty din. Not even the rats of Hamelin, Germany, a long time ago. Oh, blow your horn both far and wide. Save our city, the mayor cried. Whatever you ask, we will gladly pay. If you'll drive these rats away, a couple of grand you will surely win. If you drive these rats from Hamelin, Germany, a long time ago. Well, a tweedledee and a foodly-doo, a little tune he started to blow. It sounded like bacon, it sounded like cheese, sounded like kitchen-y melodies. The rats came out with a snicker and a grin from all the houses of Hamelin, Germany, a long time ago. They followed the music bright and gay, over the hills and far away. The Hamelinians loudly cheered as the rat procession disappeared, and never a rat was seen again from all the houses of Hamelin, Germany, a long time ago. The piper waited hat in hand to collect his fee for a couple of grand. The mayor and council scratched their pates, said this is way above union rates for a tune on a flute or a violin. We only pay scale in Hamelin, Germany, a long time ago. The Pied Piper said, okay, put on his hat and turned away. He started playing a couple of tunes that sounded like candy and toy balloons, like merry-go-rounds in a jolly spin, calling the children of Hamelin, Germany, a long time ago. The children came out into the street, followed the piper with dancing feet. They followed the music bright and gay over the hills and far away. The town got quiet like it never had been since the beginning of Hamelin, Germany, a long time ago. In some country far away, some lads and lassies swing and sway, while a gaudy piper, old and gray, plays on his clarinet night and day, while way back home, the sorrowing kin mourn for the children of Hamelin, Germany, a long time ago.
Hi there, my name is Mary Hill. I was basically raised by the San Francisco Free Folk Club. This is a song that, for those of us who live on the sidelines of whatever normal society might be, this is a feeling, and it's a feeling that I sometimes feel that people are trying to return to and dig their heads into the sand. I saw a tweet not that long ago that said, I always wondered what it would feel like to experience the Spanish influenza, the Great Depression, and the 1968 mass protests, all while Andrew Johnson was president at the same time. So it's a bit of a, yeah. So this is almost what I feel like the heads in the sand might feel like. So this is Little Boxes. Little boxes on the hillside, little boxes made of ticky-tacky, little boxes on the hillside, little boxes all the same. There's a pink one and a green one and a blue one and a yellow one, and they're all made out of ticky-tacky and they all look just the same. And the people in the houses all went to the university where they were put in boxes and they all came out the same. And there's doctors and lawyers and business executives, and they're all made out of ticky-tacky and they all look just the same. And they all play on the golf course and drink their martinis dry, and they all have pretty children, and the children go to school, and the children go to summer camp, and then to the university where they are put in boxes and they come out all the same. Boys go into business and marry and raise a family in boxes made of ticky-tacky, and they all look just the same. There's a pink one and a green one and a blue one and a yellow one, and they're all made out of ticky-tacky and they all look just the same. Yes, they're all made out of ticky-tacky and they all look just the same.
Hi, my name is Rob Katz, and I'm really pleased to be at this event honoring someone who I think is one of the greatest and one of the most original American songwriters around. And this song, I think, is truly an anthem for our time. God bless the grass that grows through the crack. They pour the concrete over it and try to keep it back. The concrete grows tired of what it has to do. It breaks and it buckles and the grass grows through. And God bless the grass. God bless the truth that fights toward the sun. They pour the lies over it and think that it is done. It moves through the ground and reaches for the air. And after a while, it's growing everywhere. And God bless the grass. God bless the grass that grows through cement. It's green and it's tender and it's easily bent. But after a while, it lifts up its head, 'cause the grass is living and the stone is dead. And God bless the grass. God bless the grass that's gentle and low. Its roots, they are deep, and its will is to grow. And God bless the truth, the friend of the poor, and the wild grass growing at the poor man's door. And God bless the grass.
So I'm Dale Allen Boland, and you know, when I was a kid, I heard Malvina Reynolds songs on the radio. I grew up in New York State. I didn't know the name Malvina Reynolds, and I didn't know she was from Berkeley. And when I ended up in Berkeley in the late 70s, Malvina was already gone. But it turns out over the years, I mean, her songs just speak to me. My kids were raised on the Plum City Players, and I was raised on it too by being with them. And at every point in my life, it seems like there is a song that is just my song right now. And here's the song that is my song today. Baby, I ain't afraid to die. It's just that I hate to say goodbye to this world, this world, this world. This old world is mean and cruel, but I still love it like a fool. Oh, this world, this world, this world. I'd rather go to the corner store than sing Hosanna on the golden shore. I'd rather live on Parker Street than fly around where the angels meet. Oh, don't weep for me when I am gone. Just keep this old world rolling on. Oh, this world, this world, this world. Somebody else will take my place, some other hand, some other face, some other eyes will look around and see the things I never found. Oh, this old world is all I know. Dust to dust when I have to go from this world, this world, this world.
I'm Marcy Boyd, and with all the funny, ironic, witty songs Malvina wrote, I couldn't choose one, so I chose a song that's not witty or ironic. It's a song about regret. Regret is defined as a feeling of sadness, repentance, or disappointment over something that has happened or been done or not done, especially a loss or missed opportunity. The song is called I Wish You Were Here. I wish you were here to get underfoot. I wish you were here to get in my way, to call me from work, to call me to play. I wish you were here again. Oh, what did I do that had to be done? And what did I read that had to be read? When I might have turned to watch you instead. I wish you were here again. The monuments rise, the monuments fall, the papers are signed and turn into chaff, but I can recall the sound of your laugh. I wish you were here again. To call me from work, to call me to play. I wish you were here again. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Bob Reed,
I'm Judy Jager.
and we are going to sing a song that was written by Malvina Reynolds. My relationship with the San Francisco Folk Music Club began when I took Malvina to a meeting at Faith Petrick's house at 885 Clayton Street one Friday night. Malvina was a friend of my mother's, who was also a singer-songwriter. And this is a song that Malvina wrote the lyric to and gave to Pete Seeger to set to music.
From way up here, the earth looks very small.
It's just a little ball of rock and sea and sand, no bigger than my hand. From way up here, the earth looks very small. They shouldn't fight at all down there upon that little sphere. Their time is short, a life is just a day. You'd think they'd find a way. You'd think they'd get along and fill their sunlit days with song. From way up here, the earth looks very small. It's just a little ball, so small, so beautiful and clear. Their time is short, a life is just a day. Must be a better way to use the time that runs among the distant sun. From way up here, the earth looks very small. It's just a little ball, so small, so beautiful and dear. From way up here.
Thanks for that, Bob and Judy. So many amazing songs, all by the same author, and we are only having a little percentage of the ones she wrote. And they're also like, yeah, that's what I need right now. This is World in Their Pocket. I'm Bonnie Lockhart. They got the world in their pocket. Pocket, pocket, pocket. They got the world in their pocket, and they're up there in control. They got the world in their pocket. They can shake it, they can rock it, they can kick it for a goal. They got the world in their pocket, but their pockets got a hole. There's recession and pollution. Everything's been bought on credit in this rotten institution. And they waste the gentle people, 'cause the system's got no soul. They got the world in their pocket, but their pocket's got a hole. They got the world in their pocket. Pocket, pocket, pocket. They got the world in their pocket, and they're up there in control. They got the world pocket. They can shake it, they can rock it, they can kick it for a goal. They got the world in their pocket, but their pockets got a hole. Unemployment is their glory. If 1,000,000 children starve, well, that's an old familiar story. And there's rage and there's rebellion and there's grief from pole to pole. They got the world in their pocket, but their pockets got a hole. Sing it. They got the world in their pocket. Pocket, pocket, pocket. They got the world in their pocket, and they're up there in control. They got the world in their pocket. They can shake it, they can rock it, they can kick it for a goal. They got the world in their pocket, but their pockets got a hole. Takes a war to keep 'em perkin'. They have to bleed the world to keep their bloody system working. But the system's self-destructing as they play their gangster role. They got the world in their pocket, but their pockets got a hole. They got the world in their pocket. Pocket, pocket, pocket. They got the world in their pocket, and they're up there in control. They got the world in their pocket. They can shake it, they can rock it, they can kick it for a goal. They got the world in their pocket, but their pocket has got a hole. Thanks.
So my mother didn't start touring until she was in her 60s, and she and my dad drove around the country a number of times. And they stopped at that restaurant that we've all stopped at off the freeway. And she was inspired to write this song. I walked into a restaurant, and oh, it was a dream. From a half-mile up the highway, you could see the fixtures gleam. They heated up the coffee cups with extra pressure steam, but the food was terrible. The waitresses were charming, they had such lovely eyes. Their smiles all matched exactly, and their uniforms likewise. Their hair was piled as sweetly as the toppings on the pies, but the food was terrible. The decor was a symphony of brown and gold and white. The silver and the crockery would fill you with delight. The menu was a masterpiece, so witty and so bright, but the food was terrible. They must have spent a fortune on the furniture and such, on the placemats and the napkins, just like linen to the touch. So the budget for the kitchen really wasn't very much, and the food was terrible. Another generation will forget the taste of meat, of tomatoes from the garden, and bread that's made of wheat. And they'll never even notice when it's plastic that they eat, that the food is terrible. I sung a lot of my children's songs too, but my mother's children's songs in schools. And someone said that they had sung that song, which she wrote for adults, to second graders, and they loved it. Okay, I'll try it. And I tried it, and kids love it. So the song finds its own audience. Okay.
Okay. So the way I met Malvina was, there was this conference in LA of cultural workers, the Frente. And Malvina had been invited, and she wasn't up to flying down there for this weekend conference. So she ended up having someone else take her ticket. And it turned out it was me. So I went to her house to pick up the ticket, and I said, thank you so much. It was an airplane ticket, my name. And she said, wait a minute, you have to do something for this. You can't just take this. You have to listen to the song I just finished. And this was the song, and it was the beginning of a really such a sweet relationship that I had with her up until she died. If you love me, if you love me, plant a rose for me. If you think you love me for a long, long time, plant an apple tree. The sun will shine, the wind will blow, the rain will fall, the tree will grow, and whether you comes or whether you goes, I'll have an apple and I'll have a rose, lovely to bite and nice to my nose. Every juicy nibble will be a sweet reminder of the time you loved me and planted a rose for me and an apple tree. If you love me, if you love me, plant a rose for me. If you think you love me for a long, long time, plant an apple tree. The sun will shine, the wind will blow, the rain will fall, the tree will grow, and whether you comes or whether you goes, I'll have an apple and I'll have a rose, lovely to bite, nice to my nose. Every juicy nibble will be a sweet reminder of the time you loved me, planted a rose for me and an apple tree.
I'd like to say something about that song, which is that there was a rose bush growing in front of my mother's house, but not an apple tree, and there is now, because after she died, my good friend Carol Lita planted an apple tree in the front yard. And I got a note from someone after my mother died saying that she had gone to a nursery in Berkeley to buy an apple tree, and the guy there had said, gee, we've had a real run on apple trees.
That's so sweet.
So I hope you all had a great time joining in with us today. And just remember, keep safe, keep sane, and keep singing.